I don't want to spoil it and give away all 3 maps, but they picked kind of some weird ones, so we'll have to see how this plays out. But I'm pretty excited to kick things off here. Let's do this, man. DreamHack Austin.
Let me try calling you back on Skype real quick.
Okay.
Take 2.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right,
I
cool.
have Skype running on the top program. I did a little bit of checking. Apparently, if it's minimized, it has some audio issues, but it was still having audio issues, so I decided to try recalling.
Okay.
Seems to be good now, though.
Also, I should point out that we normally run a different observer interface than we're supposed to use today. Obviously, we didn't have control of what we have to use. It was all very, like, regimented and all that, so it will look a little different on the Nidus. We hope you guys are okay with it. It's just the WCS 3.0. But let's get this going here, man. Our red Protoss player in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It is Nony.
And in the bottom left, our blue Zerg playing for OSC Root, he is Catz.
Oh, yeah, fuck. I probably messed up Nony's clan or whatever, but nothing transferred over to the server that we're playing all these games on, so I'm probably going to be doing that all day. I need to start looking up players before we introduce them or whatever, so...
Well, he's actually currently clanless. He used to play for Liquid, but he does not have a team for right now.
Oh, okay. Also, we got a lot of follows already. I'm going to run down the list later, but thank you guys very much for that. We have notifications disabled for today because we don't want to distract from the, the really good games that we're going to have today. So that's just the reasoning behind it. Damn, it's really weird to see the Zerg player come over and try to cock-block the Protoss instead of the other way around, dude.
It's definitely a viable strategy, and we actually have a proxy hatch going down in the natural right now.
Yeah, this is fucking hilarious. Everyone in chat is saying, I can't believe I'm watching Catz vs. Nony. What year is it?
Exactly.
Hey, I was hyped, dude. Everyone started, like, all the bigger channels started calling games, and obviously they have a bit more priority than us as one of the newer channels, but I saw Catz vs. Nony, and I immediately wanted to cast this, man. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. But it is hilarious that both of you guys said the exact same thing at the exact same time. All right, so yeah, we got a bit of a crazy game already. I would expect nothing less from our root player. So yeah, this is awesome. Put him in a bit of a weird position here.
Sorry. I fully expect Catz to cancel this, and he's just using this as a way to delay the natural expansion of Nony, as he is getting his own natural up. He's continuing to drone. He's not flooding Lings at all.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the production, he's still just going with economy. He's got his natural down. He's got his drones producing, so still no flood, as you said. I'll be interested to see if he's going to drop some immediate tech or anything, like some roach rav or something would be pretty strong to send into this. But for now, he is going to cancel, and he just kind of wanted to delay that natural, dude. I'd say mission successful.
He's actually going to get out with his drone as well.
Pilskin Gaming Live says, I want to see TLO. That's another one that I really tried to get. And I didn't see anyone go for it. So if we're able to catch him after this, I will definitely try to get that one, man.
The natural base for Nony does come up about a minute and a half later than he wanted it to. So absolutely worth the drone downtime and a little bit of mineral investment from Catz just to delay his opponent.
Oh yeah, I would say that was extremely worth it. Not only did he get the cancel off, but as you said, I mean, this natural is up so late that it's just ridiculous at this point. He does have resonating glaives coming out, so that's kind of indicative of what he's going to do in response to this, but that natural is extremely late. If you look down, it's already 31 workers to 27, which isn't, I mean, that big of a deal, but it's going to spiral out of control as soon as this third gets up. And he's already getting his layer as well. What do you think of that?
It's Catz. I would normally say this is a two-base, either Roach or Muta play.
Yeah.
But it's Catz, and so you have no idea.
Tyler versus Catz, what is this, 2010? Damn, everyone's digging this matchup because it's so old.
See, exactly, because both of these players have been around for actual ever. We finally do have some Lings on the way, moving across the map. Again, only 2 bases right now. Evo Chamber on the way. Overlord speed, so we may be looking at some Ling drops.
Yeah, there's not going to be too much damage done into this front wall. There's already sentries up. The wall is already made, so he's not going to find too much damage there. As you said, it's going to have to be Ling drops, which I love. personally, especially because he's going to do a little distraction in the front or whatever. But yeah, this is starting to look pretty nice for Catz. I'm pretty surprised that he doesn't have his third base up just yet, but I mean, it's Catz, man. I don't even know how this is going to go, but so far,
We
I don't
actually
know.
have a baneling nest now.
Okay, there we go. He's going to try to get up here with some Banes. All right, so yeah, these Lings are just going to come up into the wall and get denied for the most part. Oh, they're actually going to get trapped in with the force field and get killed. That was kind of cool. But they got elevated up, and for the most part, I don't think he knows about this just yet. Oh,
Yeah, he
there
does
he
now.
does.
Here it goes.
Yeah. All right, so Catz is going to come up in here.
immediately to fight them.
Yeah, that was a really fast pull, but he's still losing a lot of probes. So far, 4 of them go down. 7 of them in total.
Workers.
Totally worth it.
There's not even +1 yet, and these workers just went down so fast.
Oh yeah, I'd take that trade any day of the week, man. A couple Lings for 8 probes. On the other side of the map, though, Nony's going to come in here and try to get a little bit of damage done. These adepts are getting cleaned up for the most part. They're not going to find too much. Damn, man, that was a pretty good move there from Catz.
He got a lot of damage done with that, and only sentries are not going to ever kill one of these overlords.
Yeah.
But we actually have banelings that morphed in the main base. 2 of the overlords are able to...
Oh, jeez.
2 of the Lings are able to morph into banelings, take out only another 2 workers, but that's still pretty significant. We have another drop coming in as well.
Yeah, it only got 2 workers, but just forcing all the probes to pull back like that, I mean, is, you know, technically good enough right there. So he still, by far, got the economy lead. It's 42 workers to 33, so Catz is looking very well. He finally has his 3rd down as well, and he's still continuing this drop play. So this is a pretty interesting game already, dude, and I think he's going to set the pace of the day.
Finally cleaning up that 1 drop overlord, but there's actually banelings managed to get in the natural base. More and more workers continue to go down.
Oh!
These 2 banelings.
Oh, okay, I thought they were going to get that juicy hit right there. They almost did.
They managed to take down a sentry, which is never a bad thing as a Zerg, but he was just looking for those probe kills, and right now he's up 16 workers.
Yeah, he just got another 7 kills, so he's getting a lot of aggression done here early on. Diaz just asked for the bracket. It's exclamation bracket. We didn't shorten it to B. We make you type out the full thing here. No, I'm just kidding. But that should give you the bracket. Man,
So
these force fields.
we are looking at Lingbane Hydralisk, which is, in my opinion, the best build versus Protoss right now, because it gives you the option to get into Lurker as well.
Yeah, it's pretty popular too. And now that he has that 3rd up and rolling, and he should be able to send over all these workers and completely saturate it, he should have a pretty strong attack here. Waiting Bane speed is going too, so yeah, this is going to be pretty nice attack here from Catz. I don't know though, there's so many
still
force
wide
fields.
open and more banelings morphing.
Yeah, there's so many force fields though. He might be able to deal with this off the back of some really strong force fields. But... Alright, so Catz coming in for some more aggression, this time getting down 2 probes. It's going to be cleaned up pretty well now that there's a couple stalkers out on the field, but still, man, he's just continued that constant pressure while macroing behind this.
Random misrallied Hydra outside the natural base, going home.
Get me out of here!
1 Hydralisk, not so good.
Yeah,
20
seriously.
of them, good unit.
He'll come back. He'll come back with a lot of friends. Oh shit, it's still happening actually.
Well,
A couple of them.
See, he's actually got friends coming now though, and we've got a large number of models. Leah models would be a very good way to contest this, but I don't think there's just enough raw damage on the ground.
This is like SEAL Team 6 right here, dude. 2 Hydras, 2 Banelings. They're like, get in there, see what you guys can get done. But then they saw that army and decided to turn around.
On the way. I really feel like he's gonna need Baneling speed.
I thought it was already going. Are you sure it's not done? No, it's not done yet.
The upgrade. I mean,
Okay.
the Banelings are still walking. So.
Yeah. I just checked him. That was my bad. But I think he's fine. He just needs to pull back and just, you know, continue pulling ahead. It's already 54 workers to 42, so
More Banelings drop in the main.
Yeah, but I think they were misrallied. They pulled away from the mineral line.
Ah!
Wait for it. Wait for it. I mean, it could have been a lot better, but 4 probes is still pretty damn good, man.
Cut his losses, get what he can. He's keeping Nony under 2 base saturation.
Yeah. Sinbad and Stovepipe, thank you guys very much for the follow. Also, what is up, Slow Zergling? Welcome to the Nidus coverage of DreamHack. No, I'm just kidding, man. I just want to keep saying it because it's like, dude,
Because it's so
we're
good.
casting DreamHack right now. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, this is a pretty strong little composition here from Catz. As you said, it's a very, very favorable, you know, strat. Lingbang Hydra is pretty popular right now. And on top of that, look at the supply or whatever. It's a little too early to start doing Todd impressions, but it's 129 to 94. So, I mean, he's looking pretty strong right now. As you said, though, that Bane speed would really, really seal the deal here, though.
Well, there's just so many Hydras. I really feel like there's almost enough Hydras just to straight fight this army.
Just not even wait for Banes? Yeah.
Force Field's baited out. 2 more Overlords. One thing I would assume this would be to drop Banelings on the sentries.
Yeah. Michael Zerg, thank you very much for the follow, man. I appreciate that. Also, let us know who you guys think is gonna win this game. I know a lot of people were dropping memes, what year is it, and all that stuff, but no one really gave us opinion of who they seriously think is gonna take this game. I'm not sure I really have an opinion yet either. Just based off this game number one, it's been crazy so far. I'd say Catz has the advantage in this game, but it hasn't been so convincing that I think he's gonna blow out the match or anything. So.
What Prism in the main base, forcing Catz to split some units off to defend.
Yeah. Sinbad says no. I want to unfollow. Oh.
Guardian Shields not used yet. Westfield will trap a Hydralisk.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of talking about earlier. He has so much force fields at his disposal. The Banes might not be able to find that much damage, and maybe that's why he kind of pulled back from him. If you can get those force fields in and just kind of pick them off as they come in, it almost negates Banes. So, I mean, I wouldn't say negate, but you know what I mean. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But he does have it in production now, and he might be able to get it rolling here. And it looks like he's going to actually take
position. Good force field. Mortals are still a lot of damage done to them. They will clean up the Ling's pressure, but the Hydra is so good.
Alright, so
like with these bound weapons, there will be enough to hold this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Those force fields are just ridiculous, man. They split up that DPS and kind of section off units and just start working him down. He had a huge supply lead there, and he just lost, quite a bit of it. But I think he should still be all right as long as he just doesn't keep, throwing away units into this, trying to get that third down. Slow Zergling thinks Catz should win it, but if Nony wins, it'll be so dank. Yeah, I'm not really sure who's going to do this. They said Nony's been on a tear recently, or Sheer is they, but I listen to Sheer when he speaks.
And Nony is definitely not, just because Nony has not been as active in the pro scene until recently, does not mean he's not a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
The army the army value, honestly, right now is very even, but the worker count is what I'm looking at as the real indicator of where this game is.
Yeah, 61 workers to 41 is pretty ridiculous, but he still managed to hang in there. I mean, considering the amount of economic losses he took early on in the game, the fact that he's just defending all this shit is still pretty impressive to me if you want to look at it that way. So, this is pretty hype, man. For a game number one, like, I'm pretty damn hyped, dude, to say the least. But
this
now
is absolutely solid play from both of our players so far.
And now we're in the weird, like, bit of a posturing phase where Catz knows he can't really attack into that third and break it. So he's just going to drop back and drop his fourth behind this. So we'll get that, really late game going here later on, but I'm okay with that. The longer these games go, the hyper the later engagements are going to get. So, but there you go, man. You wanted a lot of Banes with speed, and there they go, my friend.
This very likely is the push that will break Nony because he just doesn't have the Archon count he needs to deal with this yet.
Yeah.
He's working on Archons, but right now we do have a +2 ranged attack from Catz, and +1 is just over halfway done for Nony.
Yep. 130 to 100 supply. I mean, that's pretty telling as it is. But as you said, no really tanky units. I mean, a couple of Immortals or whatever, but these Banes are going to find meaty damage, I'd imagine. Here they go.
Force fields.
Oh, the force fields, though.
And all the sentries go down.
Dude, that's what I was talking about. I called it, man. If you have a bunch of force fields, the Banes almost get negated. And, like, sure, they found a little bit of damage there, but those were some monster force fields. And a lot of that got cleaned up, man. I don't think that's going to be the game-ending attack that we thought it was going to be.
No,
yeah,
not at all.
Catz pulls back. He's not going to have any of that. Those were some pro force fields, man. Pretty much splitting up all those Banes and just letting him get them all down. That was pretty hype.
+1 finishing now for the Protoss means he will be able to take fights a little bit better. Yep. But unfortunately, the income is just so much in favor of Catz.
Did he see it? Oh, he didn't see the drop. Catz is so fucking slick, dude. He got out of there with like seconds to spare. But Nony's going to find all these units that are kind of head back to base, I guess, and cut them off. So he's going to lose a little bit of unnecessary units here. He did split off a few of them, but they went under this Observer, so I have a feeling they're going to die too. That's a bit unfortunate.
Hydralisks dropped in the natural base, now moving into the main.
Yep. We'll have to see, man. They should be able to find a little bit of damage. He's tracking him, though, because the Mothership Core is following it. So he at least is aware of it. But they should be able to clean up a lot of these probes. So far, 8 probes have gone down.
They're focusing down the Mothership Core.
Nice.
They get out scot-free.
Yep. So Pylon Overcharge comes down. Oh, shit. We missed those units that I was talking about. They kind of got caught halfway across the map and weren't able to head back to base. So, damn, man. This is a crazy-ass game. I can't believe how well Nony's hanging in here, considering the amount of probe losses that he's taken during this game.
He's got really good decision making. He's just not used to playing against Catz. We did have some adepts whipped into the main base to deal with the Hydralisks, but there's still one alive in that Dropper Lord, and it's forcing Nony to keep his army a lot farther back than he'd like to. And this third base is rather undefended.
Oh man, that Bane hit softens things up to begin with, and he gets the other ones cleaned up, but they still found pretty good hits. I think the amount of adepts here should be able to deal with this, though. That's starting to be a sizable force, man.
The army value is very solid for Nony. He is on +1. The problem is he's on 32 workers to 74. He more or less has to kill Catz outright or do critical damage.
Yeah, I would agree there, man. If you take a look at the worker lead, I mean, that's pretty much tells the story. It's 72 to 32, so I would agree there that he needs to get a lot of damage here. This is just going to spiral out of control. Kibikaki says, get wrecked, son. Time to retire. Damn, it's only game number 1, though, dude.
Man.
Wait until the end of the series to shots fired like that.
Savage.
We'll have to see. All right, so he's going to take the shade into the third.
They will very quickly take down all the workers in the third base location. And where they are is going to make a very difference. Mainly next. It's going to be Nony's last attempt to force into this fight.
Oh, the Banes!
Big options on the adept. And they won't. Not enough.
The army value is double that for Catz, and there are no force fields. This one immortal trailing behind is likely going to die.
Yep. Scarlet M says, I thought Catz didn't play StarCraft 2 anymore. First of all, welcome to the Nidus. We love you. And also, yeah, I don't know, man. Obviously, he's practicing a little bit because this has been a pretty convincing game. He got an extreme amount of damage done at the beginning and then just kind of powered through off the back of some pretty nice macro. GG is called, and Catz will take game number 1.
Yes, Scarlet, he streams a lot more of the Hearthstone and other random games. He still plays off and on in online cups, and you'll see him come up with a lot of really weird looking builds, like the
Catz.
build he uses versus
No.
Beam. Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm trolling you. My bad. Tell your story. My bad.
And I think what he does is he still just plays around with builds, but he doesn't really show them on his stream because he lets them be used by his clanmates first.
Yeah, sorry, let me just do a ready check. The next map will be Proxima, with Catz currently up 1 point in this best of 3. Both players are ready, so let's not do any downtime. We'll just get straight on into this. Bill the Conqueror says, heck yeah, the night is on during the day with a great tournament. Glad to see you guys working the higher end. Thanks, man. I had to grease a few palms, kick out a few PayPal donations, but I got us in the big leagues, so here we are, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm pretty hype about this.
I'm very surprised, but very happy that no one picked these two up to cast.
That's because your boy got in there all fucking slick, dude.
Oh, I know, right?
All the bigger channels were like, I want this, I want this. I just kind of slipped in there like, hey, does anyone have Catz vs. Nony? And no one said anything. So, here we are. But given the last game, I don't want to really delay anything. Let's get straight off to this. Our player who is currently up 1 point in this best of 3, coming at us from Root, it is Catz.
And in the top right, our red Protoss, it is Nony.
Yep, we'll have to see if he's able to hang on here again. Now he kind of knows that the drop plays might be coming. I'm surprised he didn't know the first game, but we'll have to see how this goes this time around. It's a bit of a weird map. I really didn't think we'd even see this for this first match. It gets vetoed a lot, but obviously they have something special planned out here, so we'll have to see. They said he's only played 2 days of StarCraft on stream this month. Damn, I don't really follow him that closely or anything, plus I'm kind of in finals, so I haven't been able to catch as much StarCraft as I'd like to, but every time I do get to watch his stream, it's always a trip, man. It's pretty cool to get like no, go ahead, man.
Petraeus once said it's not the StarCraft you've played this week, it's the 10,000 hours of StarCraft you played leading up to this.
Okay,
that really means the most. So I really feel like Catz is good enough at this game to just like play a few games off and on and still be able to
Those guys make me sick, dude.
Right?
Seriously, like those guys who stop playing for years and then come back and get GM. I'm like, dude, what the hell? I play this game every day. I'm so trash. Scarlet again says,
got enough experience.
Nice, it's my gas first build. Oh shit, tell us what's about to happen then. Please shine the light on us. All right, so he's gonna poke up in here and kind of scout off. I wanted to see a proxy come down again, but he didn't do it this time. Oh shit!
Well, here he goes.
Did he? Did he? Yes, dude. We're already off to some crazy shit again.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, dude. This is fucking hype. I'm really excited to see how this is gonna go. You can tell he kind of caught Nony off guard, trying to figure out what to do with this, but it's pretty awesome. This is kind of the Catz builds that I really wanted to see, but given that it was a tournament, I wasn't sure if he was gonna bust all these out. So it's awesome to see that Catz is Catz even in a tournament or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, this is pretty damn cool. So.
And again, it doesn't look like it's any kind of all-in. We do have a natural base down before the proxy hatch even started.
Yeah.
So while it doesn't delay Nony's expansion, he is going to delay a little bit of tech by forcing these zealots out.
Yep. He has a really cool build on this map where he proxies swarm hosts from the opponent's gold base. Damn, that sounds pretty ridiculous, dude.
That's exactly the build that I know him for most recently.
There's a base in your base, Catz 2010. I love it, guys. I love it. I guess I really need to do catch a lot more of the stream. Everyone keeps saying I need to because I'm a Zerg player and he just does really weird shit, but he must stream at weird times, man. I never really catch him. But this is hype, man. Even if he's forced to cancel this, he's still just being annoying and kind of forcing Nony to deal with this early on in the game. And behind this, he already has his third base up too, so Jesus, man.
Yeah, he's just doing whatever he wants in the rest of the map. The other thing this does is it prevents any kind of real pressure. The Stargate's only coming down just now at 3 minutes. It's going to be scouted by this drone. Maybe? Maybe? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Dude, that drone
because
is like
zealots are slow.
the real MVP of this match right here. This little guy, dude. Oh no, he's gonna die.
Not yet. He's gonna have.
Oh,
to,
this
hold
fucking
up,
hero,
just kill it
dude.
with this
He's not
probe.
done yet.
Now he's gonna come down and take a gas. He's just gonna come around. Maybe he just lands on the gas geyser to allow himself to regenerate on that drone for a little bit.
Scarlet says, I told the Protoss pros it's just better if you don't scout, but only Neeb believed me. Damn. At least you got a boy in Neeb, though. Like, that's a pretty cool person to have your back, I guess. But the other guys should have fucking listened, dude. Now they're paying for it in turn. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll have to see what the follow-up is behind this. We have a Stargate coming down for Nony, and then on the other side of the map, we have, what, 3 bases, a bunch of queens coming out, and speed? So yeah, we'll have to see. Nony's not having any of it, though, man. He's marching across the map with everything he's got, including the mothership core. So, yeah, we'll have to see, really, if this is able to find any damage. So.
And speaking of Neeb, Scarlet was one of the founding members of the Neeb fan club. Literally, the first thing she would say going into some games is like, hey, do you know Neeb?
Have you heard the good word about our Lord and Savior Neeb, or no? That's pretty awesome, man. So when does he play? Tomorrow or later today? I'm not exactly sure how this all works.
So basically, the schedule is set up for the round of 80 is what they're calling it, but that's because there's 80 total players.
Yeah.
The 16 players that directly qualified for WCS Austin will not play until group stage 3.
Tomorrow?
I believe.
Fuck.
It's
We only
either
get to do
tonight or
today,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Round of, so the round of 64 is slated rather to start about 4 o'clock.
Please tell me he's gonna Nidus this shit over.
I would love to.
Are we
see
about
that.
to get a Nidus on the Nidus? It's kind of looking like that, right? Like, I'm not exactly these guys' caliber of player, but
I'm not entirely
look
sure.
at the amount of queens.
We do have Banelings. It is going to be a similar Ling Bane style, and when you have Ling Bane styles, you don't normally want to try to drop that in with a Nidus. Mothership Core is out of position to overcharge, and there is enough energy for almost 4. Mothership Core will use 1 to defend this, and Force Fields will come down to prevent the Lings from actually breaking through. The great thing about this map is you have a very defensible point right here to prevent Lings, but
yeah, I bet you would like that, huh?
At the same time, you can't get your army in position to deal with Hydras.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the army comp. If he stays in Ling Bane, that's a good defensive position. If he moves into Hydralisks, you really can't take a good fight angle.
Do you play this map or do you veto it?
I used to play it, but I actually vetoed it because in Diamond League, at least, all of the Terrans that I played were proxying random things in random places, and so I prefer macro styles. And so just because I felt like I couldn't get a decent macro game most of the time on this map, I vetoed it in favor of unvetoing Honor Grounds, which, interestingly enough, I find to be less cheesy.
All right, so we have Blink Play coming out from Nony, and Catz looks like he's going with, you know, the tried and true Ling Bling Hydra. So that's a pretty popular composition. So,
we have a Roach one on the way this time, though.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I just looked up in production and saw that, so we'll have to see what his plans are with that. They said no, round of 32 players play later on today in 6 hours, I think. Yeah, man, we got like 8 hours of StarCraft today, pretty much. And we have permission to cast all of day 1, so as long as it comes on today, we can bring it to you guys. Pretty much, I think, right?
And I'm absolutely okay with that.
Well, we'll probably get kicked out later for like the bigger streams. It'll be like, you guys have to piss off and you can't even cast this shit. But until then, like, we'll bring you as many games as we possibly can, so.
Well, today streaming, the big 3 that are streaming today is Base Trade TV, Gauntlet, SC2, and Woody.
And the Nidus.
Well, I said the big 3.
No, I
what
know,
are
I'm just fucking with you.
What are before, man? Unfortunately, we gotta get around a little bit more. We gotta be out there But considering how recently we started as an organization to cast StarCraft tournaments, the fact that we already are allowed to cast DreamHacks, I'm just sitting here like, yes!
What do you think of the Stormplay, dude? I'm obviously loving it. All of these big, bulky ground units. Yeah. I love that play.
Anything that Zerg makes on the ground is susceptible versus Storm. I've talked to a lot of players, and even in higher leagues, they're like, the only thing that Protoss has that really scares me are carriers and Storm, not necessarily at the same time.
Okay.
And after the Heistless buff to 90 HP, Storms are not as concerning.
Yeah.
It's still not something you can sit and fight in.
Lib75, the fucking hero, says that I'm sending you all the Nony fans from Gauntlet. Thank you very much. Don't poach viewers from them too hard because I don't want to anger the bear. They could crush us. They're the best guys ever, and I know they wouldn't. But yeah, don't like sell out our stream too hard in their channel. I don't want to piss off the boys. But I'm very appreciative.
Blame Bob.
Yeah, blame Bob. But thank you guys for that. I really appreciate that. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he says, thanks for streaming, Nony. I'm so excited. Yeah, man, we'll have to see. This is looking like a pretty ridiculous game so far. We got a lot of storms coming down. We have Baneling Speed coming out, Burrow play, Roaches, Hydras. Like, I don't even know how to call this game. It's going to be a pretty epic engagement here later on. Nony's already getting his 4th base. Catz took the gold already, too. I mean, this is just shaping up to be a pretty epic game here.
And the difference between this game and last is Catz has done 0 economic damage to Nony, so Nony's been able to get what he wants to do, and he's actually taking a very forward base here.
Oh shit, here we go. He's actually going to send these units in Revelated too. They're going to meet quick storms. Yeah. Oh, he blinks forward too, trying to clean up a couple of them. Oh, he saw it.
So he's not going to allow that to just ride.
I'm so sad that got negated. I really wanted to see that go off, but it's just because I can never see
roaches, if they had been able to pop up under the High Templar, would have been amazing for Catz. And I actually have not ever seen anybody do that. Like, I usually see something like that with paint. But that's actually really good.
Yep.
And the fact that we have Burrow means we may in fact see some Burrow Festivals.
Oh, this is looking really strong for Nony here. He has a lot of storms. He can break up a lot of this DPS here from Catz. And look at the supply, man. He's got an almost tied up lead here with this really strong blink play too. He's just splitting up all these forces, baited him back into a stasis too. This is hype as hell, man. This is such an engagement here, dude.
Catz is pulling the boys. He's fighting with drones.
I think this is it, dude.
But I think Nony's got
this. Yeah. We're going to get a game number 3, which is pretty damn hype, dude.
Patient style.
Yeah, this is amazing. As you said, this time around, there was no economic damage done in the beginning. Nony was allowed to get his economy rolling, and there we go. He's able to hang on, and we will get a game number 3.
We have a series.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. Kind of one of those games where it took a while to build up, and then it was just all over, but it was still pretty awesome there, man.
Oh,
like,
definitely.
one engagement ended that fight, but that was pretty hype. Let me scroll up and figure out what map number 3 is, and we'll get this rolling.
Map number 3 is Honor Grounds.
Okay. Thank you, good sir.
Listen, man, Nony was known for his Blink Stalker play, and that was absolutely an example of what it looks like.
Yeah, that was impressive as hell, man. Between the Blinks and the Force Fields, he was able to just split up a lot of that army and kind of negate it before the fight even got off there. That was pretty nice. But Catz is Zerg, I know, right? Doesn't that mean he's just supposed to win automatically?
There's some people
you
that
should
think
do me a favor, my friend, sure. While we're waiting for these guys,
yes,
start
sir.
poaching some pros. Let's get another match going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. We're going in. No! Be like, guys, we need a minute to find another match. Oh, I'm so excited for this game number 3, dude. And Honor Grounds, too. I like that. So no player can kind of do anything really cheesy, necessarily. Well, I guess they could, but it's a bit harder because of the 4v4 player map. What's Nidus? I never saw this before. We normally only do like Plat Diamond content, which is probably why you've never heard of us, but we're just like a bunch of guys who love StarCraft, man. We're pretty new to the scene. We've only been casting for a couple of months, but we asked to cast today and they said yes, so here we are, dude. Welcome to the channel. If you can get Neuro, 2 Zerg players will love you long time. Let's see if he's in the channel, man. I'll start just whispering these people. Oh, he is.
We have to finish this series before we can line up another one.
All right, so we got it ready from one player. Let me just get it ready from the other, and we'll get going here. All right, everybody in chat, let us know who you think is going to win this series. We've had a hell of a 2 games so far. Let us know how you think this is going to pan out here in game number 3. Everyone wants Nero. If we can, guys, I will get Nero. Don't even worry. Like, I would love to see that. I'm a Zerg player personally, so as many Zergs as we could cast, that would be hype as hell. But yeah, it's all like a pecking order, and we're pretty low on the list, but we'll try to get you guys the best games that we possibly can.
Absolutely. I have like a personal list of people I would like to cast that unfortunately are very likely going to be grabbed by someone else first.
Yeah.
But go figure they're all Protoss, so...
No bias here on the Nidus, guys. The Zerg player
Not at
only
all.
wants to watch Zergs, and the Protoss player only wants to watch Protoss. Like, oh, imagine
I didn't
that.
say I only wanted to watch
No,
Protoss.
no, I know,
I
I
was
know.
super hyped to cast Catz.
Yeah, no, I thought this was going to be a hell of a series, and I'm glad we picked it up because it's panned out to be pretty hype so far. Chrome Stang, thank you very much for the follow. All right, let's do this, though. Our Protoss player in the top left-hand corner of the map, currently tied up 1-1 in this best of 3. It is Nony.
And in the bottom right for OSC Root, it is our blue Zerg player, Catz.
This guy just said much more enjoyable than the others, like Gauntlet and Morty. No, you guys are just
No
trying
way.
to troll us, man. But thank you guys for the compliments. I really do appreciate that. We love the other community casters, though. We're not out here to troll them. If you guys could go show them some love, that would be really hype. Go follow everyone and all that stuff. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, we appreciate the compliments. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that follow button. We're pretty new to StarCraft, so our metrics and everything still really matter. We're trying to get affiliated, sub buttons, all that shit. So I'm not going to sell out all day, but if you do enjoy our content, go ahead and hit that follow button. It really does help us out. We don't have like 12,000 like some of these guys. But let's get into this game because I want to make sure we're doing this, match series justice. So far, nothing too crazy. We just have, a hatch gas pool. That's about the standard. And a very standard opening from the other player, too. Okay, so I was like, I just wanted to make sure we didn't get anything too ridiculous going on here.
Nope, nothing unusual. Hatch gas pool from Catz. Regular gate gas expand from Nony. And it is cross spawn, so it's likely that the action will be delayed.
Yeah.
At worst.
All right, so Catz now knows where Nony is, and I guess he kind of has to figure out where Catz is just based off where that drone came in, right? So, like, I think both of them know where the other player's at, so...
Well,
the
the funny
mystery's
thing
been
about
solved.
drone scouts, is there's no real timing specifically when you would do something. Like a lot of Zerg players will send a very early drone across the map if they're being either super cheesy or super greedy. So like
Holy
a 3
shit.
hatch pool or a 12 pool, you'll
Sorry.
have that out.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but we just got like a follow train of 7 or 10. I don't know how to count very well. They didn't teach us that. But thank you very much for the follows. That was hype. I'll run down the list later, but that was a lot of love. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, this game is shaping up to be pretty standard in the grand scheme of things. We do have a Stargate down though, so we'll have to figure out, what's going on there. But other than that, nothing too crazy to report just yet, I would say.
Yeah, the
Thank
only
you guys
thing
for
that
those
Nony's
follows.
not going to scout right now is the absence of queens
The
yet,
third?
so he knows it's based on when he scouted it was hatch gas pool. He saw a bunch of drones in the natural, so he knows it's not going to be a fast third base because Catz would have to pause drone production to save money for it. So even though he didn't get in, he has a general idea of what he's looking at right now.
Yeah.
And he is going straight into a Stargate and then immediately into a robotics facility. Did he cancel the Stargate?
Oh man, I want to whisper
He
Neuro.
did. He canceled the
Yeah, I
Stargate.
didn't notice that.
Why
That was
did-
actually a very good pickup there. He canceled
I
it and
didn't
dropped the
notice
Robo
that.
instead? Interesting, dude. I don't play Protoss, so you're going to have to clue me in on that one, but that's a pretty weird play, dude.
Okay, so I think what happened is Catz. Okay, look at this. This is exactly what it was. Catz saw the Stargate with his drone scout, and so Nony canceled it, started a Robo. Is actually. Well, never mind. He can't. He just made the spore to keep it from dying to.
What is this
the
game?
Scouting depth.
All right, so No's
I don't
going
actually
to come
know.
up in here and figure out that there's no third from Catz. That's got to make him, breathe a little bit of sigh of a relief because I guess he would have thought that there'd be one up by now. But on the other side, look at what's going on here, dude.
Well,
so confused
Saya
by
put-
this
oh my
game,
goodness!
dude.
It scouted immediately.
Oh my god. Dank
Feels
memes.
bad, man.
Yeah. But what do you do? Do you just finish it at this point? Like, obviously, he already invested so much,
You might
right?
as well. Might as well. The third base is very delayed from Catz as far as the timings on this matchup go. He spent a lot of times getting queens out,
Yeah.
and he wanted to hit with his 2-base timing, and he was
Jesus,
going to hide
dude.
the gateway so they wouldn't be scouted. Lo and behold, there's a overload right there.
Taco Stuff says, thank you for casting this match. Shit. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Like, we're pretty unknown in the scene, so the fact that you guys are willing to watch our version of DreamHack while there's a lot of other bigger channels on is pretty significant to us, so no need to thank us. Instead, let us know who you guys want to see after this game. We're going to give it due justice, you know, and we're not trying to jump the gun. But we do have to pick another match after this. So, you know, we are very open to suggestions. We're here to please the people. So let us know what you want. But getting back into this game, this is really, really awkward, dude. Like, what do you do here?
I guess you just expand and like try to transition a little bit because of the way he built that gateway section. It's going to be impossible for Lynx to reach the backward pylon that's powering it. So he's got a little bit of time before he has to worry about defending that.
It's so awkward.
I guess proxy location. I'm not sure how you would call it, but there's Lynx now.
Yep.
Coming to try to take these sentries down. Force fields will get baited. Lynx run away. Doesn't even lose but one, I think, just in baiting out 2 force fields. Which, if your Protoss opponent is trying to push, thanking that sentry energy is going to be such a big deal. Yeah.
Dude, this is shaping up to be a hell of a tiebreaker, man. Like, you know we're going to get that late game, or at least mid game here, as no player is looking to attack anytime soon. So I'm hyped as hell to figure out where this is going to go, man. Catz, again, is getting his layer. He has that roach play down as well, plus +1 missile attack. So I'd imagine we're going to see about the same comp as we have been seeing. It's pretty tried and true in this matchup. And then on the Nony side of things, we're just gearing up for what? A lot of adept play with sentries, so...
It looked like it was going to be some kind of glaives all in, but the transition was he made a bunch of sentries. He's just taking the gases in his natural. We have a Nidus worm.
Oh shit, a Nidus on the Nidus, boys.
Wish granted.
Show us your fake emotes. We don't have a real one, but you can spam your fake one. Yeah, dude, where's it gonna head? Up into the natural? I'd imagine with this overlord right here, right?
That one overlord that's going to be trying to drop into the blind space, I would assume.
Yeah. So people are asking for TLO.
Portals.
I'll try to grab him, and then Libby B and Zerggirl. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to catch.
That would actually be fun. Those two are actually a very similar level of play right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to cast them here in a minute, but this is gonna be hype as hell, dude. The Nidus is down, dude. I'm so hyped.
Nidus ship core scouts it immediately.
Yeah, it was scouted, though. I think that's pretty significant. But there's nothing here to really deal with it. There's no pylon that can overcharge it. There's no units here to shut it down as soon as it spawns. I think it's going to get some units out. Oh, man, the roaches flood.
Roaches as well as Lynx.
The roaches flood.
The pylons in the natural are going to be difficult to overcharge. Okay, he's got one overcharge. He's going to push back the units there, but they're just going to chase down his reinforcements. There are no immortals on the field right now. He made a robo, but the only thing he made out of it is an observer or two and what is never made immortals, and I really feel like it's such an important part of your comp, and he's force fielded himself away from his main mineral line, so he's just going to continue to lose workers.
Yep, so Catz is going to poke in here with these roaches and start getting down a lot of probes. 10 of them fall so far. These roaches are going to get cleaned up here. I'm interested to see what he's going to do behind this. We do have some links pouring into the third as well. I'm trying to keep up with all things at once. I am no Funka. Please bear with me here, guys. But yeah, the roaches were cleaned up rather convincingly, but they got a lot of work done there in the form of probes. So that was a pretty big economic reset there for Catz. And he's still going to send shit through this Nidus, man, just to get cleaned up. That's a pretty interesting decision.
So far.
Yeah, that's huge, dude. Jesus.
Finally, we'll kill this Nidus worm. He'll find the banelings that were trying to morph in the main base and shut those down.
Yeah.
The problem is the Overlord is still there, so we can just very easily send more and send another Nidus. And the third base is actually getting very low.
Yeah, he almost got it, but he's going to continue doing this Nidus against the 12 game. I'd agree with chat. That is pretty ridiculous, but shit. Given the amount of economic losses that Nony just took, is it really that crazy? Like, he got a lot of probes done. But behind this, he's going to choose to just attack, I guess. Oh, no. As soon as he heard that worm, dude, you got to come back.
Exactly. He actually sent a probe over there to build a pylon, but it was too late. The worm was done, and he's having to more or less give up his third base.
Yeah.
His natural base, rather.
Yeah, the natural will fall regardless at this point. It almost has to. So he's going to come into the main and start trying to clean this up. Maybe he'll get down here and save it. I might have spoke a little bit too early. Okay, I was going to say, please fall. Don't make me look like an asshole. Okay, it fell.
Nidus popped through the third base as well, and he's just going to start reinforcing. Catz is more or less a
Jesus, dude, what a game. This is just ridiculous. Even though he took an insane amount of economic losses, he's still tied up in supply. So if he can just get across in March, maybe he can get this done here. But to try to rebuild at this point would almost be impossible, given that it's 18 workers to 47. So if you're Nony, you just got to go, right? Like, that's got to be the response. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, he was trying to go early, but we have another Nidus popping up in the main base.
Scarlet says, is Catz just going to die now? I don't know. He's just going to try to Nidus on his way out. But I'd agree. That's what I was kind of saying. I mean, I'm nowhere near your guys' level of play, but I'd almost given that. I don't know, dude. This is going to be so crazy. We'll see if he can hold on here. I don't want to call it too soon, but he is going to get across the map here and try to get Nidus in as well behind all this. I don't know what you guys want to see. Let's follow the main engagement, I guess, right? Jesus.
Double Nidus again on the opposite side of the map.
Double
But this
Nidus.
army is going to force Catz to at least have enough to fight. I don't know if Nony wants to try to base trade because that's sort of what this is going to look like.
Yep. So the force fields come down. He's going to be able to prevent these reinforcements from coming up to this third. He's actually forced to pull all his drones too. 11 of them go down so far, but because of these force fields, he just can't get down there and get any damage done. Catz is doing work on the other side of the map, though. Let's not forget about that. I want to pop and let you guys view it, but okay. So what is it? Roaches. Okay, so I guess it wasn't
just,
like
just
as
a handful
significant.
of roaches.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to fit a
My bad,
significant
guys.
number of forces across the map. But I really wish that Nony had like just a couple of immortals. It would make this army so much more difficult
Yeah.
for Catz to deal with.
Yeah, definitely. This is insane here, man. I don't know what you even do at this point. Because of the force field, he's not going to be able to get down here and save this third. It's probably going to fall regardless. And now we're in a bit of a weird-ass, like, base race scenario or something. This is just intense, dude. Jesus.
Nony is down to 4 probes behind
Damn.
this. So if this attack doesn't kill Catz, I don't think Nony has an alternative.
What a crazy-ass game, dude. Like, did you think this was how it was going to play out? Like, I did not think it was
I
going to
was
end up here,
hoping
dude.
they would be a Nidus just because it's that channel.
Yeah,
But
okay, that's
no,
fair.
I could not have predicted this.
Yeah, this is
But
just
it
insane.
looks like Catz has an army lead. He's been able to use a lot of his swing transfuse energy to keep some of these
Oh.
roaches alive.
Yeah, he's starting to
And-
clean this up now, too, so...
Yeah, exactly. I think that Nony is done.
Yep.
There you go.
GG is called. What a crazy-ass
Very
game.
well
Catz
played,
will
Catz.
take game number 1 and advance. Holy shit, that was hype, man.
That was amazing. That roach arc at the end was so good.
Yeah. What a game, dude. That was pretty damn intense. All right, guys. So here's the deal. We are pretty low on the pecking order of, like,